color white. Because the pattern cardstock that I used was only printed on one side, not double-sided, but that's okay. That works out good. So I have that one, and I have blues and greens in that one. Blues and greens and teals. And then this is the one I made last week on stream. So it's yellows and reds. And pinks. Hello, Dee Dee. Hi, Diana. Hi, Maxie. Hey, Kathy. All right. So I'm going to start a quick flip of... So that's my scavenger hunt journal. All ready to go. I've got some items in the pocket there. Some labels and a card. Anyway, so I'm collecting things in the plastic pocket. So that plastic pocket goes from front to back. So there's part in the back here as well. So I think I'm going to tape it up part way, maybe with some washi tape or something. So make it, hey, Trudy. Hey, Dr. Dot. All right, so that's ready to go. My Wonderlust journal's ready to go. All right, so I'm going to start with my art journaling. For those of you who are new, you may not have seen any of my art journaling before because I've been watercoloring basically for 2 years now. So this is kind of... from 2014, 2015, 2013. So when I started art journaling, when I first tried it, I could not figure out the backgrounds, even hours and hours and hours of watching journal artista Paula and I Carry Love, who are masters of layers. It wasn't clicking in my head. Layering wasn't making sense to me until I bought my jelly plate. And then all of a sudden, when I was monoprinting and jelly plating, and of course, when you're jelly plating, you're building your layers backwards, sort of. And all of a sudden, it started making sense to me. I figured out layering, even when I wasn't using my jelly plate, figured out how my brain works and how I like to layer and whatever. So that's when it started working for me. Hey, Kathy B. So way back in, this is 2013. Dawn, what's her last name? It'll come to me. Was doing NanoJumo, National Art Journaling Month. So the month of November, there was a prompt for each day to do a journal page. And in 2013, I figured out it was a perfect chance for me to join in and figure out this art journaling thing because the prompts were lyrics, song lyrics or song titles. And they were songs that she liked. Now, most of them, as it turned out when her list came out, were ones that I didn't know. So I went on and searched them, and they were not my style of song either. My art has to be inspired by things that I either love or I totally dislike. But I could not get inspired by her songs. I didn't know them. I didn't understand the lyrics. I didn't like them musically, except for a couple. So I used the songs that she had on her list if I liked them or knew them. And then all the other days I used songs that I liked. So I call this my song list journal. Hey, Jilly. Hey, Lynn. I think you're new, Lynn, right? I can't remember. Hi, Lena. Okay, so this is really basically my first art journal, this one here. So her first song prompt was Imagine. Well, I thought it was Imagine by the Beatles. So I did my song according to, Let It Be, excuse me, not Imagine. That's John Lennon. Let It Be. So her prompt was Let It Be, and I assumed it was Let It Be by the Beatles. Well, it wasn't. It was Let It Be by some band I never even heard of. But I had already done my journal page. One moment, please. I need to just remember to be up a little bit there. I can move my camera like this a little bit. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'll just leave it like this. No, hi Zeely. I don't think you're in a different chat. All right, so then the next song I did was Ordinary Miracle from Charlotte's Web by Sarah McLachlan. And of course, one of the biggest miracles in nature, I think, are rainbows. So now remember, these are my first journal pages like ever. All right. So first time playing with acrylics, other than before this, I had done quite a few jelly printing backgrounds and stuff that I never used, but I just created. Actually, some of them I used in journals or whatever, making art journals, journals that I gave away. Actually, didn't even use myself. But so remember, this book is my first art journal page. Thanks, Dee Dee. Hey, Beth. Hey, Joie. And then I Hope You Dance. This was a stencil that I created. So these were jelly plated backgrounds. Leanne Womack, right? I think, yes, I Hope You Dance. Leanne Womack. And then this was one of her songs. These are the times, they are a changing. So, of course, that's kind of not really a disco-y, but kind of one of those sort of almost acid folk rock kind of songs. So I kind of made that type of a background with the clock, and then the little girl with the mother and the father. Anyway, times they are changing. So, hey, Mark. All right. Then Bring On Tomorrow is the finale from Fame, the Broadway musical. This was my first ever acrylic landscape. I love how the sky turned out. I like my mountains. Even the grass I like. Not too fond of how my water turned out, but You were in your own chat for a bit, Joycey? Oh, no. Then this, ABBA, one of my favorite groups. I guess probably one of my all-time favorite groups. I love ABBA, still love them. Love their music. Our Last Summer. So I did this page as a collage page. So I have some French book text. Mona, because she's in the museum there on Paris. The Eiffel Tower. Okay, Jillian, no worries. First ever drawing a face. I did not do this from a reference, so this was just out of my head. So you will notice that I made the error that a lot of people make, putting her eyes not in the middle of the oval. So her eyes are too high, which means her nose, this space is way too long, which is why she looks so strange. She's got away. Oh, sorry, Billy Joel. She's got a way about her. Betty Davis eyes. Yeah, big. That's true. They're big eyes like Betty Davis. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. There's the Yellow Brick Road, and then I just stenciled over it with a kind of oh, okay. Next one is my favorite and one of the favorite journal pages I've ever done. This is from Mulan. Christina Aguilera, when will my reflection show who I am inside? Found this picture online. All I did was like type in the word reflection, and this showed up in my Google Images search. And I thought, oh, how cool is that, right? Thanks, Lena. No worries. Work away. This is one of my favorite pages ever. I love the color combo. I love the purple, teal, and orange. I love how I got the 3D effect with the stencil and with the black shading, made it pop. Yeah. Oh, really, Zealy? Cool, huh? Then this is Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Wonderful song. Johnny Cash is probably one of the ones who made it most famous as far as the recording goes. Hello, G. So I just did lots of circles, did this on the jelly plate as well. And as you see, once I get on, you will notice that I do leave behind the jelly plate and do some layered backgrounds without the jelly plate. But using the jelly plate really assisted me in getting layers on my pages. Mark, it was for NanoJumo in 2015. And I did not like the songs. I am a music teacher. Singing was my major, although you wouldn't know it by my voice right now because I totally lost my voice with the flu a year and a half ago. And I was sick and coughing for 31 days with a respiratory flu, and I never got my voice back. Anyway, so I can hardly sing now at all. So will the circle be unbroken once again? I've got that family circle going on. So I didn't know most of the songs in her list. So I used my own song list. So I call this my song list journal, but it's NanoJumo. And then this was Remembrance Day, November 11th. This song is by Kelly. Kelly is his last name. Oh my gosh, Canadian artist. He's blind. Oh my gosh. And the chorus goes, in peace may they rest, lest we forget why they died. Take a pittance of time. Hey, Jean. I actually had a cloud here, and then it didn't look right at all. So I tried to put the setting sun. The going down of the sun, we shall remember them. And then, it was Dee Dee helped me get through this page, because I almost messed up that sun. Anyway. Somebody's Eyes is from Footloose, the musical, Broadway musical. No. One moment. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't look it up. Just a second here. It's crazy because I know his name. He even came to our school and talked to our kids. Terry Kelly. Oh my Lord. See, I've got old lady brain. Terry Kelly, he's from Newfoundland. He was born sighted, had a tumor which invaded his optic nerves, and he is completely blind. Became completely blind, I think, 18 months old. So he did do some speeches at schools talking about bullying and stuff, and how even though he went to the school for the blind in Halifax, a special school, he said kids are kids. There's going to be bullies no matter where you are. So he talked about how he was bullied even though he was with, like kids and whatever. So somebody's eyes. Hey, Elaine. Yes, this blue I did on top of the other background. You can see it is translucent, so you can still see that background texture through it. That is this Pebeo Studio, and it's one of their Dyna colors, and it's blue black. So basically what it is it's like a iridescent Payne's gray kind of color. You get a blue some way, in other ways you get like a darker, not quite a black, but hey, Orla. Oh, okay, Lena. No. Oh, gotcha. Oh no, Vicky, you fell down the Linda Melvin. All right. When I was a teenager, I sang a few John Denver songs. I liked John Denver, that folk country. I don't like country and western country, but I like folk country and pop country, depending on the song and the singer. But I liked John Denver. And Take Me Home Country Roads is one of the songs I used to sing. Tried to fix those trees up, but yeah, like ignore those trees. I could do much better with the trees nowadays, but anyway, that's John Denver's glasses on the sun there. Yes, these are acrylic, Elaine, on mixed media paper. These are acrylics on mixed media paper. And this, of course, is the finale from Rent. 525,600 minutes. 500. See, I told you I can't sing. So you've got your spring, summer, fall, winter. The iridescent paint, it's Pebeo. Oh, I'll show you. Pebeo Studio Acrylics, high viscosity, and it's their Dyna, D-Y-N-A, and it's blue black. Places like Dick Blick and Jerry's Artorama, your local art store should have them. Hey, Vaughn. Okay, and of course the musical Rent was based on La Boheme, except in La Boheme, Mimi had consumption. She had tuberculosis. In Rent, the main characters are dealing with AIDS, right? But the storyline's based on La Boheme. So. All right, this is Love Potion number 9. So I've got that kind of disco-y background going on again. Yep. Pebeo, Vicky. Yep. Hey, Kimberly. And this is Light the Fire Within, which is sung by Mariah Carey. I think at the Atlanta Olympics, one of the closing or opening ceremonies. I think I could be wrong about which Olympic Games, but I'm pretty sure it was the Atlanta. So Light the Fire Within, of course, I've got that kind of podium going on. Then I was trying to do a transfer. Didn't turn out quite the way I wanted. Anyway, so this is Light a Candle, like a candle in the wind, excuse me. Elton John. His first version he wrote, of course, for Marilyn Monroe. Norma Jean. Goodbye, Norma Jean. So he wrote in honor of Marilyn Monroe when he first wrote the song. But then for Princess Diana's funeral, he rewrote the lyrics, Goodbye, England's Rose. Hey, Judy. I was a little bit late. So, hey, Cheryl. Hope I didn't miss anyone else. Hey, Helen. And then one of my favorite songs also when I used to go and perform in variety concerts, I always sang The Rose. So once again, I was trying transfers. So just remember, in the winter, far beneath the winter's snow lies a seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes a rose. Of course, first recorded and made famous by Janis Joplin, and then by Bette Midler, Bette Midler's my favorite female. Then this is a fun page. Bette Midler, like I said, is one of my favorite songs. So God is Watching Us from a Distance, one of her big hits. It's got some cool planets going on there. Butterfly Kisses. I can't remember who sings this one. What's his name? I should have wrote the performer down here as well as the date. Can't remember. This was a transfer that I then repainted, I guess. Now, I still never did go back and fix my my steps. I have the wrong angle. I have the wrong angle on my steps. Other than that, I really like how this turned out. So ignore the steps going up to the boardwalk there because they're the wrong angle. Oh, Bob Carlyle. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn. I could not remember his name for the life of me. Yeah, so another Bette Midler song, Under the Boardwalk. Well, of course, she was not the first one to record it. It was recorded in the 50s by several of the a cappella Jersey Boy type bands in the 50s. But Bette Midler brought it back in her movie, The Beaches. So I like how the water turned out, the waves rolling in. It's my mom and dad. I am who I am because I met you. Well, I mean, I met them, of course, when I was born, but anyway. But it's for them too, as well as me and them. This has kind of a dual meaning. So that's my mom and dad when they were young. Hey, Darla. This really needed a brighter purple. That purple was a little too plum for the color combination. It's okay with the yellow, but it's not so great with that turquoise. But anyway, hey, Eileen, about time you showed up. Jeez. Tiny Dancer, Elton John again. Of course, you may have realized I've got quite a few of his songs. He is my favorite male performer. Bette Midler's my favorite female performer, and I've been lucky enough to see both of them live. Woohoo! When I was living in Ontario, they were both consecutive years. They were the highlight, I guess, the main performers at the Toronto National Exhibition. Yeah. So there's Tiny Dancer. Background's a bit much. I should have, knowing now what I know, if I was doing this page now, I would have gone over that background with a thin layer of gesso to tone it down a bit and then put my Tiny Dancer in the hand there. But no worries. I was just teasing you, Eileen. Oh, Judy. Hey, Holly. I missed saying hi to you. True. And then I love this page too. I took some jelly printed pages. And of course, I noticed my error after I had it all glued down. I needed to have the back here. But I might just go in. Oh, I should just go in and color that black. Because maybe the lining was what cut? No, the lining wouldn't be black. What color would the lining be? Maybe the lining would be red. This is a brush. Hold on. What color would the lining be? Just a minute. I've got my markers. I'm going to fix it while I'm here right now. I think I'm going to do it in the red. I'm going to do it in that coral metallic. No, that wouldn't work. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to do it in orange so it doesn't pop quite so much, but it shows up. I'm going to make the lining of the back. I think maybe it needs to be black. I was right in my first thought. One moment, please. I was right the first thought. My first thought was black. And I should have stuck with that first thought. All right, let's make sure this is working. It's my Posca. Every time I look at this page, this bothers me. So I guess it's time I color it in. Oh, and I just get black paint all over my hand. Hey, Elaine. Well, you got to go with what inspires you, right? My first passion, art is my second passion. My first passion is music. Mom said I was singing before I was talking. I was 3.5 the first time I sang in public. At church, I sang Jesus Bids Us Shine, I believe. One moment. That looks much better. So, of course, my coat of many colors, Dolly Parton made famous. Dolly Parton is about the only country western, she's an old-fashioned country singer. Little through the nose, but she's about the only one that I really like. I love Dolly Parton. I think just because she's got, even though she has a little bit that country twang, she has an amazing natural talent for writing and for performing, and she does have an amazing voice considering. It's taking a little while to dry because it's on top of the other layers in the matte medium, so I took pieces of leftover pieces of jelly printed papers, cut them up, and put it together like a little mosaic, all right, on a piece of paper. Then I cut out the coat. So I did it on a square piece of paper, and then I cut out the coat. So I did the mosaic first, and then I cut out the coat, and then I used the same papers. Oh, I know, Kathy. Oh, really, Eileen? Oh, and that she is, Elaine, and she is so generous as well. Generous. She has no problems helping people when they had those bad fires up there. Every family got what she gave every family who lost their house something like $10,000 or something. So, my coat of many colors. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me. And of course, that's special to my heart because Mom was a seamstress and made all of our clothes. And when we were young, she couldn't afford to buy us clothes and like winter jackets and stuff. That was a huge purchase for Mom. There were 3 of us, 2.5 years apart. Okay. When my younger sister was born, my older sister was 2.5. And I was stuck in the middle. So, Mom didn't have money to go out and purchase 3 winter coats and whatever. So people, when they used up or had old winter coats that had holes or whatever in them, adult coats or whatever, they would give them to Mom. And Mom would take them all apart. She'd save all the buttons. She'd save zippers. And she would repurpose the material, and she made us our winter coats. Every year we got winter coats made by Mom. And yeah. So that was that one. I didn't quite get to the end of November, I don't think, because I started making Christmas presents. That's what happens every year in November for NanoJumo. I get to a certain point and then I have to stop because I have to make Christmas presents, right? So then this is my next journal. I'll go through this one more quickly. So it's either a quote or lyrics from a song, usually, that I journal. I do not just start and put color. Like some people journal, they'll just make a background and then they find a title to put on it. I can't work that way. I have to have my inspiration first. So even if the background ends up abstract, I always have to have the quote or the lyrics or the word. I always have to have the presentation. This day, I was having a particularly bad day. I do have chronic depression or clinical depression, but I'm medicated and I'm fine. But this was a bad day. And like a normal person would have. But anyway, so it says, I feel like I'm falling to pieces. So I have puzzle pieces and it's dark. Anyway. Thank you, Jean. Or during the Olympics. This was inspired by a life book thing. Okay, so the quote is, sweet April showers do spring May flowers. So it's spring, see? Sometimes I'm a little too literal. Wow, Holly. Friends of mine were 11 months apart. So for 1 month, they were the same age. Laura's birthday was May. And then in June, Joy would turn the year older. And this was a image transfer. Didn't work out perfect, but it did end up being perfect for what I wanted. So this quote is by Malia Yousafzai. It's probably not the correct way to pronounce it, obviously. She's the young girl who they tried to murder her in Afghanistan for continuing to go to school. So let us remember, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Thanks, Zorla. I love it too. This is just a page where I was playing with stencils. It's nothing. This was around Christmas time. Believe, because believing is seeing. This is, the black part of this is a cutout. Black cardstock. All right. Stained glass stencil. And then I went in and colored each shape. And then I just drew on the sill. Yes, she did win the Nobel Peace Prize. I was very excited when that was. Yes, and I did make some Christmas cards with a smaller version of this, Joyce. Yes, I did. I know, so I tried to make this look like, the stucco of an old Italian church. This is just another place I was playing with paints. This is a packing tape transfer that Paula taught us how to do. It's hard to see, but if you look close there, you can see there is a woman's face there, her eyes right there. It's hard to see online because it's shiny, of course. Okay. So this page, I'm going to go ahead for a minute. So I was trying to create this page. This was in honor of the Paris. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get rid of there we go. In honor of the Paris shooting, the first one that happened, 2014. And I had this lovely quote, and I just wanted a simple page. But when I tried it the first time, after I had this orange and yellow layer, I added some green blue. Dinah. This orange here, the shiny orange, is the orange yellow by Pebeo, the same company, same line of paint as that blue black. And the quote reads, "A choir is made up of many voices, including yours and mine. If one by one go silent, then all that will be left are the soloists. Don't let a loud few determine the nature of the sound. It makes for poor harmony and diminishes the song." And that's by Vera Nazarian. So I loved that quote, and I thought it made sense for, that whole thing going on in the world. So when I added the blue-green, I didn't like it at all. So I took some black gesso and I just put the black gesso on over it. You can see some of the green, some of the greens left behind down there. And so then it was some Sunset Carol said, "Oh, turn it. It looks like a chalkboard, Jean." So I turned it into a chalkboard. I went in and found this teacher. Yeah. Orla, exactly. Hey, Joan. Oh, hi, Arlene. Just saw you sitting there. And then to make this look like chalk, I did not use chalk. I used my Pitt pen, my white Pitt pen. And as I did each letter, I smudged it before it dried so that it would look like chalk. And so it says, "Dream in 3/4 time, and you can waltz through life." This is a drive-in summer nights song from Greece. I'm supposed to put cars in there, but I never did it, so I left it empty because nowadays the drive-in that we used to go to is no longer running, so it's always empty. So that's why I left it empty. You can see that I closed it before my paint dried, so it all pulled apart there. So don't forget to occasionally check the live button. Hover, if you're on a computer, hover over the video window, and if there's not a red dot by the word live, if it's gray, click the word live and it'll catch you up to the live recording. Occasionally it'll just drop and buffer, and you may not even notice it buffer. So it will drop off live. If you're on the app on a tablet, an iPad or a tablet, just click on the video screen. The word live will show up in the bottom left-hand side. Just click tap the live. This, I was just cleaning off stencils and stuff here. Now, this I did when I was in Maryland. I was at the very first Maryland Art Weekend. The background, these colorful stripy wave things, that's a napkin. Already, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. So that the background is, and then I just took black gesso and a stencil. And the quote is, "Color is a power which directly influences the soul." That's Kandinsky. Okay, thank you. Thank you, ready. Ah, that was just some black gesso was left over. All right, so this, my poor plastic's falling apart now. It's coming apart, but look at that background. It turned out really cool, actually. When I was coming home from Maryland, my dilution paint jars, my jars of dilution paint, blew up all over my, luckily, I had them in a baggie. And so all I did actually was gesso this page, and I put down some of the iridescent blue black. Then I glued down with gel medium, which is not holding the plastic completely. So all of this paint, okay, all of this paint here was actually on the plastic bag. Hey, nobody's Owen. Thanks, Judy. He was trying to get his troll in by sort of being nice and sort of not, I think. So, under pressure, Ruddy, if you keep coming back in and being rude, you're going to not only will you be timed out, you'll be kicked out. Just so you know, be nice or just leave. Okay, so anyway, this page is still stuck. Oh, no, it's not. It's sort of half stuck still. Yeah. So Ranger replaced them all the ones that blew up on me. Under pressure, right? Under pressure in the airplane. It was actually lack of pressure that made them blow up. So this was napkin. This was these wine bottles, and this kind of springy plant thing. And these were all from napkins. And it says, August is like the Sunday of summers. Hey, hi, Cardona. All right, and now I love this page. Ugh. And I used 2 stencils. Well, actually, yeah, I used 2 stencils. So what I did was I painted the whole page black, except to here. To here. No, I didn't. How did I do that? I must have painted it in afterwards. Can't even remember the process. I'd have to go back and look at it. I'm pretty sure I did it on video. But then I used a stencil to stencil. This is all texture paste. So I did texture paste inside the window. This is a stencil by Stencil Girl, right? Or is it Artist Seller? Oh, someone help me. Is it Stencil Girl or Artist Seller? I think it might be Artist. I can't remember which it is. Carlana Brown. Carlana. I said it wrong. Sorry, I thought I saw a D there at one point. To draw, you must close your eyes and sing. Pablo Picasso. This is in memory of our dear Vicky, who passed away a month after our Maryland trip. She was in Maryland. Vicky Lochlinger. Artist Seller. Okay, thanks, Joycey. Then I was trying to do Paula's bleed through technique, but I was doing it. I was doing the process in the wrong order, so it didn't work out. So I ended up with this page of circles that are slightly tinted with the dilutions, but I did it all wrong. So there's a white page. I was just still trying to make Paula's thing work. Didn't work. Finally got it to work because I finally did it in the right order. Anyway, so you can see that the dilution sprays are coming through the white gesso there. Yeah, Vicky. Not you. So I close my eyes to old ends and open my heart to new beginnings. By Nick Frederickson. So I've got a map there, butterflies, the heart, the odd girl. That was a stencil, but then I went in and painted her. So yeah. Well, he had his warning. So goodbye. Just leftover page of leftover stuff, which I won't go back because I don't work that way. I don't work over backgrounds. So, of course, from Les Mis, crying at all is not allowed, not in my castle on a cloud. Like how my sky turned out there. So this one, this is a coloring book page. So I colored it, lots of shading. Then I glued it on to the page. Then I extended the rays onto this side. Be someone's sunshine today. This was also a coloring book page. So I put the teacup inside a window ledge. I love this edging. This edging is from a stencil. And even though it's winter, I've got butterflies because it's so warm in my tea. See? Each cup of tea represents an imaginary voyage. This was St. Patrick's Day. The meaning of preparation with opportunity generates the offering we call love. There's more PBO, green, yellow, and I think that's blue-green. Thank you, wee hootie. Hello, Melody. I'm just flipping through my journal. That was just some page. It didn't turn out. I was trying to do the star page and it didn't turn out. So I just flipped it over and got it to work. There are stars in our eyes. This was from my sticker book there. This is a stencil I designed, a star stencil. Did some green planets. I love these greens and yellows with the blue-black. Thanks, Joan. All right, I love this page. I love Love, love this page. I would have had one of the Beatles here if I had had a picture of the Beatles. But when I was doing this page, I wanted to practice an image transfer using a technique that I had found on a YouTube video. And it worked so well. But I was just using, this is a Canadian actor. I can't even remember his name. It was from a movie magazine. You know, you get when you go in the movie theater, the free magazine with upcoming movies and whatever. Anyway, I wanted to practice that. So I put down the coat of, these are Delusions paints. I love Delusions paints. If you want some nice bright color, this is the first, it would have been the first set of Delusions colors. Excuse me. So come together. These are letter stencils that I have. No, excuse me, masks. These are letter masks, and I have these cool letter masks that I got for $1.50 on clearance at, I can't remember if it was Michael's or if it was at Winners. Winners is kind of like Marshall's. You know, they buy overstock brand name stuff. I'm trying to think. No, it was Michael's. It was at Michael's on clearance. And so they're repositionable adhesive, actually, masks. So I put those on, and some circle masks that I made when I painted the black. This is a hand stencil that I created. Okay, G, no worries. Sometimes it happens. Son, there's way more to see. So I was doing my jelly transfer practice again. Just did a kind of little landscapey thing. All right. This was, so these leaves, what I did was, they're from a color book page. And what I did was, I colored these leaves on the color book page first with my Prismacolor pencils. Then I did the jelly print. Then I did the transfer, image transfer. So it will transfer the color from your Prismacolor pencils to the page using gel medium. And Canada was, they did change the words to our national anthem because one legislator did not want, he had ALS and he was dying. Not that that's a wonderful thing, but anyway, he wanted to change the words of our national anthem because it says, "In all thy son's command." And thought that that was anti-feminine, anti-whatever. And so it got changed to, I still sing "All Thy Son's Command" because I can't remember the changed words. "In all of our command" or something, but that's not correct. It's not "all of our command." It's like, anyway. But anyway, so PC or not PC? That is the question. So that's what that page is all about. Canadian flag, of course. Some other transfers that didn't work quite as well. These were from a coloring book, but before I colored. Oh, cool, Judy. If you're getting lots of buffering, clear your cache. I have to clear it when I'm watching on Chrome now, ever since Christmas. Whatever update they did over Christmas. Ever since Christmas, I have to clear my cache on my Chrome every 10 to 15 minutes. Whenever it gets to 200 megabytes, I have to clear my cache, and then it stops buffering. So this is my cousin that I hang out with. Her son, married, lovely young lady. So this was she's from Korea originally. She was born in North Korea. They escaped to South Korea. And when her brother was 2, so I think when she was 4, maybe, they emigrated to Canada. So she is a Canadian citizen now. But so these are those Korean blossoms. I can't remember the name of the flower, but they had them all over they decorated the hall. And you can see that they have this golden cast. This is the window that was up above where they had their little trellis in the room. It was an old building on the Dalhousie University campus. And it had gold lead windows. And just as they were doing their vows, the sun was centered right over this window. And so they got this beautiful golden glow on them as they were doing their vows. So it was really cool. You don't know how to clean the cache? Go up where it says Chrome. Where it says Chrome, and then underneath there it says Clear Browsing Data. Make sure only images and files is checked, just the one box. You don't want to clear your bookmarks and your cookies and all that. You just want to clear browsing data and images and files. So just make sure that one box, click clear, and then close that tab again. It'll open in a new tab. Just keep swimming. I saw Finding Dory. So Finding Dory inspired this page. This fish was from a coloring book image. Free from Dover has a free coloring book samples every week. This is texture paste, the little faux fish that are swimming along with her, and the bubbles. Oh yeah, it could be different on a Windows computer. All right, all these flowers, that's a stencil, and the border above and below was a piece of tissue paper. And it says, "You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere you feel free." Yeah. And then, Arlene, once you do that, hover over the video screen and make sure you're live by clicking the live button. And then a red dot should appear. Then anytime you're not live, go and clear the cache. This was the Summer Olympics in Brazil. So the background is one of their art backgrounds, actually. Rio 2016. Ugly page, leftover paint. This is I wrote a song called Faces. So that's what inspired this page. My song that I wrote called Faces. If you go back, if you do a search in my YouTube page and put in Faces, you can go back and see this and you can hear my song that I wrote called Faces. Oh, you have a Mac, Arlene? Okay, good. Woohoo! Good girl. Good girl. All right. All right, so that's as far as that has a few pages left in it, but this is the original one, so I'm not going to finish it because I'm not completely fond of the paper in there. And then there's just a few in this one. This is NanoJumo 2015, but I didn't get very far. So the first prompt was, this is actually an old, to Mary Maxim. Was it Mary Maxim or no? No, a magazine of some kind. I can't remember what magazine it was. Yes, it is To Mary Maxim magazine. Brochures, catalogs. So the first prompt for NanoJumo 2015, the first prompt was, hello, my name is, and so I'm Jean. Joycey calls me Camo Magoo. University, I was called Pitho. Pitts is my last name. Dee Dee, of course, calls me Sassy Pants. The musical scrapper, my kids call me Miss Pitts. Weehini, music scrap. So I put all my names in there. I glued 2 pages together. Some of these were just an image that was your prompt. So the prompt for this page was a single rose. And so I put a single rose can be my garden, a single friend, my world, by Leo Biscaglia. And of course, since Australia wasn't on the globe because of the way it was sitting, I had to draw it separately because, of course, all of our fibs are from all over the world, right? Bye, Ashley. Quiet was this one. I'm really not quiet anymore. So the whole point of this one, when I was young and in school, I was a quiet person. I didn't say much in school. I spoke when I was spoken to. If teachers asked questions, I would raise my hand and answer, but I wasn't very talkative when I was young, other than when I would sing. Then I went to university, met a few newfies, and I learned how to talk. Haven't stopped since. Anyway, there's that star stencil I used on another page. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you will still be among the stars. I think the Les Brown. I think a star was the prompt that day. Can't remember. What did you say? So I had some underneath here. Underneath that in the background, it's hard to show you guys on screen. I can see it way underneath. The very first layer of this was from a Japanese newspaper or something. It came, I ordered something online, and it came with wrapped in like a piece of Japanese newspaper or flyer or something. Anyway, so I kept part of it, and then the rest was in the background, and it says, what did you say? Hey, May. Sorry, I'm still doing a flip. I didn't think my flip would last this long, but anyway. There are some newbies who would never have seen any of my journal pages. So love this page. The scribble was the prompt for this page. So it just kind of made it look like some scribbly background and scribbly trees. I'm not very good at scribbling. I don't like scribbling. I hate scribbling. All right, the prompt for this day, there were just 3 houses. There were 3 houses on the page as the prompt. So, of course, whenever I saw that, I thought of, who's afraid of the big bad wolf, big bad wolf, big bad wolf. So I did a little bit of a collage / drawing. And then I was doing prompt, just doodle. So this prompt was just doodle. So I just doodled on some black paper with white, my white gel pen. Just added some color. Oh, I know, Joycey. I don't do that very well. Oh, and this one. Oh, so like gross. Prompt number 12 was to draw with your eyes closed or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was like, eesh. Anyway, that's where I ended because I had to start Christmas presents. Anyway, so here's my next journal. This is the one with her like newer paper in it. So I did the journal cover. These are stencils that I designed. All right. So I think I only have a couple done in here so far. And then I have an idea for today. So that's because I have this silly, I use this puffy, this is that puffy dimensional stuff. Just so you know, it sticks. I should put a piece of wax paper. I need to remember to put a piece of wax paper in here. But anyway, this is a coloring page that I did a transfer. And then it says, autumn paints in colors summer has never seen. Autumn paints in colors summer has never seen. This is 2016. I like this page. This is another stencil I designed, these star stencils. And this circle stencil I designed. We must see that peace represents a sweeter music, a cosmic melody that is far superior to the discords of war. Martin Luther King Jr. That was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I believe. Most of them, they're either songs or quotes. I never start and just like go on the page and then decide what quote or word. I always have to start with either a song lyric or song title or a quote. A painter paints pictures on canvas, but musicians paint their pictures on silence. So I always teach my kids that rests in music is just as important. Yes, yes, May. This is my art journaling. This is what I did before watercoloring. All right, so that's all I've got in this book. It's just those 3 pages. So now I am going to do a journal page. I've got my jar of acrylic paint brushes. Oh, hold on. My camera's a little crooked. There we go. Yes. I used to play the bagpipes. I did sell my bagpipes though, finally, because I cannot play them anymore. Because of headaches. Okay, so I'm going to start with gesso, if I can find my gesso. One moment. My gesso's on the bottom row of my cart. Oh, I think. Oh, no, there it is. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I wish I had my... Where's my other gesso? It's my black gesso. Strange. My Liquitex professional gesso is not there, and it's my favorite. It obviously got put somewhere wrong, or else I'm just not seeing it. That's all right. This will work. This is pro art. I like gesso. I like gesso. Always gesso my pages. And I need to clean my brush because it's got This is one of those silicone brushes, but I didn't get all the paint of it last time I used it, like 2 years ago. Bye, Arlene. All right, watch your ears. I'm going to bang it on my desk. Well, that's interesting. It's got this kind of totally like coated gesso. All right. Now, this is a little watery. Guess it doesn't last forever, huh? Oh, for heaven's sakes, really? One moment, please. Need to call my cleaner helper and see when she can come next to help me reorganize my desk. I need to get rid of my Hutch, put together my new bookshelves that I bought, and get it organized for real. All right. Doesn't really matter about the other side here because it's going to get done again anyway. So today's song is kind of something that irked me that happened over the Christmas season. About a song that went too far with this whole Me Too campaign. Some of you may have heard the controversy that happened at a couple of radio stations over the song Baby It's Cold Outside. Because I'm afraid they took the words completely out of context of the song and said it was against women's best interest, yada, 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 yada. Because it's like the two characters, he's saying, baby, it's cold outside, oh, don't leave. But and she's singing, oh, but I have to go. And it goes back and forth. And, oh, they're saying it was like him being forceful. I'm like, oh, my gosh, it's a freaking love song. Are you guys crazy? So it annoyed me to no end that this whole controversy started. The thing that annoys me about it, it's not the Me Too campaign that annoys me, is that these stupid, frivolous things that come up, people are suing men because they looked at them with googly eyes. I'm not saying that's right. It's not right, but it's not rape. It's not Just because someone oogled you, it's not. Anyway, we have to figure out how to properly assess sexual assault and what's not sexual assault. Just because it's inappropriate doesn't mean it's sexual assault, people. Sorry, I've got my wires messed up, so it's kind of creating a shadow there. Sorry. Hey, Nick. So that's the song I'm doing today. So anyway, finally the radio stations that started that whole thing recanted and started playing the song again. There was another radio station in Canada that started playing the song like once every hour or something, that like over and over and over as a retort. Like, come on, people, there's context. Jeez. Anyway. It's like when we're teaching kids about bullying. All right? And we have to teach the kids. One of the first things I ask a kid when they come to me and they say, so and so is bullying me, you say, did you ask them to stop what they were doing? Yes. Did they stop? Yes. Great. If they do it again, then it's bullying. And I mean, doesn't mean the kid doesn't have to be disciplined. Obviously, if they do something that's inappropriate, they need to be disciplined. But it's not bullying until it becomes a repeat offense after being made aware, or should know that it's not appropriate. Then, it's kind of the same idea, right? And this whole thing where you tell kids, oh, don't worry, once you're out of school, it'll get better. Sorry, kids, doesn't get better. Adults just get better at being bullies. Sorry. It happens in the real world. It happened to me in the workplace. By my boss, by my principal. So, true, Jilly. That's true. That still doesn't, I mean, there are songs out there that are someone's art that, as far as I'm concerned, are inappropriate. But that was the funny thing. They weren't allowing Baby It's Cold Outside to play, and yet they were playing all these rap songs that talk about killing and shooting and raping and whatever. Like, really? Baby It's Cold Outside's not allowed? But yeah. So it's like, let's make some sense here, people. And the problem is that it minimizes the real sexual assault. I mean, it's like when a woman cries rape because her boyfriend ticked off or whatever, ticked her off, and she wasn't really raped. That minimizes those poor women who really were raped of being able to prove, right? And yes, we have to believe women when they say they've been assaulted. But the problem is when it turns out not to be true, it becomes harder for the truth ones. So anyway, that's what I don't usually like political and stuff in my streams, but this is my one exception. It's my viewpoint, my standpoint, and I'm gonna create some art. Well, baby, it's cold outside. All right. That it was so liquidy, it took a while longer to dry than it usually does take to dry gesso. But it's still doing the trick, so. Yeah. Oh, and now they're saying on Sesame Street that Ernie and Bert are not just friends, right? Ernie and Bert are like that's. Yeah, give me a break. Yeah, true, May. And it was like it kind of brought that whole issue to light. He was able to well, obviously not humanized because the characters aren't all human, but he was able to bring that to the forefront, you know, with the manic depression, with Tigger's, you know, enthusiasm, and Eeyore's depression, and Pooh's ho hummy middle. Yeah. Okay. All right. Put that back. Now I'm going to start with some blues. Got my palette here, and I don't have room on my desk. That's one reason why I need to redo my desk, because I don't have room for everything. Okay. One moment, please. I need to get rid of some of the extra gesso off the edge of the page there. That's going to get fingerprinted. I'm going to have a craft lunch in a minute, so don't let it bother you if you hear crash, because it's just going to be books falling. All right, so I need some blues here. Hold on, I can't find my... I even have them all labeled on the top, and I still can't see what I'm looking for. There's my blue. There's my light blue. I should have a... I'll use the brilliant blue, and probably need a little white with that. Probably. Titanium white. Okay. Now, I actually need to decide where so I want there's going to be a window here. And I wanted to go over onto this page. So I'm getting hungry. Oops. All right, what happened to my pencil mark? All right, let's try that again. Oops, went too far there. But I don't know if that'll erase off the gesso. It's gonna be messy, but anyway. Okay, and then up this way. Somehow this bottom one didn't end up straight. Well, just a little bit off. All right. So not going to need a whole lot of this blue, the blues, because it's just inside that window. Hey, CB. Hi, Monique. Oh, yes. You know, Vaughn, of course, I grew up in a small town. So growing up, we were lucky enough to be able to head outside for the day in the summer or even on the weekends. Someone would feed us lunch as long as we came home for supper. You know, we didn't need to be supervised by adults and yada, yada, yada. Like today, unfortunately, for kids, most places it's not really safe for kids to go out and wander and roam the neighborhood on their own. And, oh, sorry, I already got that one, not paying close enough attention. So I'm going to need this is one of Mom's brushes that she used to use for her tall painting. Oh, all right. So I'm going to need a little bit of this brilliant blue is going to be way too blue for what I want. So I'm going to have to take some of the white. Forgot to wet my brush. Been 2 years since I've worked much with acrylics, guys, except for my couple of paint nights that I did with some ladies in the area. So bear with me, please. All right, so now I'm going to go in. I'm going to rinse my brush because I want to dual load my brush. So I'm going to load one side with this medium blue mix that I made and one side with my lighter blue. This was a technique that I saw Cass use. And here in Canada, we know that sunny, blue sky days are the ones that are most cold. Oops. Reload. Oh, I should have put my... That's too late. Maybe my tape will help. It's just not quite on it. Don't like working flat. Now that I'm used to working on an angle with my watercolors, I don't like working flat. Oh, I can go back in later and get the edges there. Let's reload. Oh my gosh, I was getting hungry. Now I'm starving. I wasn't hungry at all when I started streaming, so I didn't bother eating. I've got a salad in the fridge waiting for my supper. Barbecue ranch with salad with chicken. Put out way too much of the light blue. Oh well. All right, so now I need to go around and get my edges. Okay, Catherine. I'm just working on my journal page. I did a kind of just starting my journal page actually because I did a rather long flip through of my art journals so that people who haven't seen me art journal there's going to be a this is a window, so there's going to be a brown molding around the edge of the window, so oops. I'll fix that edge with the it's easier to fix mistakes with acrylic. Yeah, I have to wear shoes or hard-soled slippers. I can't with my balance, and I can't walk around on my garments. It would wear them out. So my Crocs are indoor and outdoor. I just have a mat that I wipe my feet on when I come in the house. Mom was the same way. She had to wear her shoes. She had an artificial leg below the knee, and one on her right leg. So you had to have matching shoes and can't take the shoe off your artificial leg easily. So she always had to wear her shoes inside too. But she didn't go very far that she would have had to take them off anyway. Her friends all knew that, so it was never a big deal. Just get most of the paint out of my brush there. Guess I'm still not used to how much paint you need. Oops. Oh, Jean, you're being messy with the water. All right. They'll get washed properly. I need to use that again anyway. All right. Let's turn this around. use this as a mixing one, so get the extra paint off that before I put it in the water. Okay. It's going to have to soak a little bit more before it gets all the glue out of it, but that's okay. All right, so it's just got a couple of little wet spots, so let's fix that. Marianne. I'm going to make a stencil from a piece of paper to paint my window frame because, yeah, I'm not good at painting straight lines. So I'm going to take just a piece of white cardstock and my trimmer. And I'll start like an inch from that end and I'll go up to an inch there. And then I'm going to go over to there. Go down here. And then I want a skinnier one as well for the panes. So let's do all right. And I'll just take my scissors. I don't know where my other doubles. Where did my snippers go? Oh, here's my Cricut ones. These are my knitting ones. I'll use those. Yes, baby, it's cold outside because I got ticked off by all the hullabaloo over the holidays about the song. It ticked me off. So I have to put it in my art journal. Okay, so put these away. I'll keep my white out because I might need it. I doubt it. I think I have enough, but put it in here anyway. All right. And then I need a nice brown. I think I'll just use my burnt umber. And I need a sponge. Hold on. Move my garbage bag till I can get up my sponges here. Put the garbage bag up back on. I've got to get a better garbage bag. Garbage can or something. All right. So I'm putting out some Liquid Basics burnt umber. I think it's burnt umber. Let me check and make sure. Yep, burnt umber. Basics burnt umber. Well, I do if it's warranted, but I just don't think in this case it was warranted. All right, so when you go to stencil, you dab it off because less is more when you're stenciling, and I'm very bad at stenciling, so. Oh, this burnt umber is not very. I may have to paint it. And my thing just moved. Dang it. And I don't know my acrylic paints well enough to realize that this burnt umber is fairly translucent, so I'm going to have to put it on a little thicker than with a stencil, or do a couple of. Obviously, going to have to do a couple of layers. And I'm just going to make sure on the back here, I just want to go to the edge so I can straighten up my blue edge. Actually, I like the color of it not being too dark, but it's not covering over my blue. So I may have to solve that problem a different way. And I have an idea. Alright, turn it around so I can get the top part here. Actually, that doesn't look too bad because as it's drying, it just looks like a shadow there where I went too far over into the blue. It kind of just looks like a shadow, which is all right. Oh, hold on. Need more brown. Burnt umber. It's a little dried up. I'm going to add a little more water to my brush here. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use that narrow one for my panes. I think I'm just going to use a ruler and my paint marker. All right. Alrighty. Oh, shoot. That was my travel mug. The reason why I never have an open cup or glass on my desk. I'm having salad. Hello, Alina. Sorry, I missed seeing you come in. If I missed anyone else. I know, right, Vaughn? Yep, klutz that I am. I must have no open. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to leave. I don't know if I want to make it one large pane or if I'm going to do small panes of glass. If it is small panes, it's going to have to be 6. And that's. Now, I think I'm going to leave it as like a one large pane, but I do want to do a little. I really like how that looks like a shadow there. So oh, I don't know if this is going to be darker though. That's the issue. It's not. Okay. So I'm going to have to use black or I don't think I have brown in my. No, I don't. That's not all of my. I wonder where the rest of those went. I could use, I'm going to try something. This might work. So I don't have to use black. I'm going to try a dark gray. With my Neo 2s. See if I can do some shading here. All right. I'm going to use my round brush. I could also have used my shading gray. I'm not positive I know where that is. My golden shading gray acrylic. One moment. It's not wanting to stick on the acrylic, the watercolor. That's interesting. So I think what I may have to do is just colorate on it. Just use them as a crayon. It'll just give it a little depth to the window frame. Could have done it with the brown paint too. I think it's just a little easier to color it on with the crayon. Just a little depth. All right. Now I need to do, before I do this stencil, I need to do more on the window. I know that's not going to draw from the window. So I might just use actually maybe I'll just I'm going to see what I get if I mix. All right, what did I do? There it is. I'm going to see what I get if I mix a little peach with my burnt umber. I don't know if it'll be better than mixing white with it. So let's just see. All we can do is try, right? See what it gives us, because I don't know my acrylic paints very well. That's not lightening it up very much. That brown's pretty gross. So I need to put new burnt umber on my list. I'll use that, but I don't want to. It's a color I would use on paint night, so it's not something I want to. Let's just throw in a little white, see if I can get myself some nice beige here. Just trying to get a nice sand beige colored wall. There we go. Little peach, little white. I actually want a little more white. I have a unbleached titanium, but I want more color than that. I probably could have used that and added a little bit brown to it. That probably would have worked a little better, Jean. There we go. That's actually a pretty decent color. Just want to get most of the paint out of that brush. Oops, I still had a little blue in that, but that's okay. It'll give texture to the wall. I have way more paint than I need. So I'm going to need to also go along there and make some. And I'm going to turn it into wallpaper by using a little, by using a stencil. But anyway, right now, so my quote's going to go, right, baby, it's cold outside. It's going to go down here. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for coming. Anyone who actually knows how to paint's probably shuddering on how I'm applying this paint, but I'm a watercolorist in my heart. This is just play. So if I'm not using the right technique, don't shoot me. Don't give me a thumbs down. Don't give me a nasty comment. Because I am simply putting paint down on paper. And people who give nasty comments are the ones who usually never put paint on paper. Oh, someone's texting me. It's probably my cousin. She's going on a road trip to New York City, so She's using her friend's iPad and has downloaded the first season of The Crown. And she may have another question for me, although I think she had it all sorted last night. I don't know. Let me just do a last minute check here. Oh, it's my sister. It's my sister. She sent me an email. Oh, no. Oh, there's a big mix-up. You guys entered, and it's totally messed up. It was supposed to be judged by professional artists, and they were going to choose 8 winners, or 8 pieces of art that would get displayed on architectural panels on this building where Viola Desmond's protest actually was held, where she first, it was a theater at the time, 1946, when she used to move out of the seat. And then for some reason they decided to add a voting section to it, but only one of the prizes was supposed to go, they were supposed to award the money to one of those, like the voting, the person who got the most votes was supposed to get one of the monetary awards. There was $20,000 in money, $25,000 to the top 4, like first and second place, and then between 14 and 18, no, 12 and 18, and then under 12. So there were 4 $2,500 prizes, and then the other 15,000 was supposed to go to other winners. Well, one of the awards was supposed to be decided upon by that voting system. Well, they've gone and awarded all the money to the people who got the most votes. All of the money went to the people who got most votes. They still have professional people making the decisions on the 8 that are going to get displayed. But the 8 people who may not, who get chosen to be displayed forever on this building, may not even be the ones who win the money. But and anyway, my sister made a comment. Anyway, it's all on the Facebook page. I guess it's pretty. So there's professional artists, okay, who've entered this contest, hoping there are, who regularly sell their artwork, who may not have a huge host of online community, so may not have won any of this money, and may get their art displayed on the building, but still haven't won any money. Anyway, it's ridiculous. They should have decided. That's what you get when you have people changing the rules as it goes. Anyway, I shouldn't have bothered entering, but anyway. So now I have to go to this link. I doubt I had enough. Some people have thousands of people following them on Facebook. Of course, you're going to get votes. It's ridiculous. It says this page may not. Oh, that's because I'm not logged in. Log in. I think it's because I'm not logged in. Yes, it was. All right, that link. I'll have to get my sister to. Okay. The under 12 winner. Oh, I don't know. Something must have been removed because I don't see any newer comments. Anyway, I'm going to have to, I'll talk to my sister after I finish streaming. Anyway. Willina, you know what's really funny? This is being run by a litigation law firm. So good luck fighting anything, any decisions they make. It's being run by a litigation law firm, one of the biggest litigation law firms east of Montreal. So, yeah, good luck. Injury. They're a litigation injury law firm. So, well, exactly, May. Exactly. First, there weren't supposed to be any votes. Then they decided to add votes. They said the votes were going to go till January 31st. Well, then they closed the votes before Christmas. It's like crazy. They had no idea what they were doing. I guess they thought they might get 20 or 30 entries, not 450. Well, there's a lot of artists in the Atlantic provinces. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and Newfoundland. It was open to all four. Oh, you got that right, Lena. Yeah, and I mean, like, I have no problem with that. Art is always in the eye of the beholder. I mean, there was some amazing art submitted by professional artists. I had no thoughts that I would win, but who's to say when it's all messed up like this? Really? They're supposed to send it all back, but my sister lives in the neighboring town, so she'll go pick mine up if they're not going to mail it back to me. I spend a decent amount of money mailing it to them, so because I framed it. I sent it framed behind glass. So mine cost a decent amount. It cost quite a bit for me to send it to them. I won't make any comments on the page though until final decisions are being made. Because I don't even see the list of winners, but my sister would have said that I won if she'd seen it listed. Yeah, now I'm all ticked off. All right, let me get my ruler here so I can go at least sort of straight here. Oh, bye, Vaughn. I probably missed her. Sorry. All my ranting. You still here, Eileen? I haven't seen her post anything in a while. At least it's not watercolor. I'm dribbling all over my art, but it's not watercolor, so it's not ruining everything. Welcome back, Monique. Wouldn't be as much of a... I'm thinking. All right. Now, I need... stencil time. Stencil time. Stencil time. And I'm going to need... I messed up. I used up all my white. And I'm going to need a new... I want to do tone on tone, so I'm going to stencil. Okay, I'm going to stencil. Okay, I'm going to stencil my wall first. Just a moment. I don't know what I want to use on my wall. Just see if I can find it. have stripes here somewhere. It's my maps. Okay, that's the other stencil I want, so glad I went searching here. Not those. Oh, I think I'm going to stencil this on the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of burnt umber back into this lighter color. Since I have so much of it, I'm just going to do tone on tone wallpaper here. All right. All right. Oh no, Lena's cracking up over some English spellings. Oh dear, poor Lena. Of course, you spell much better in English than I do in Danish. Well, heck, you spell better in English than I type in English. Right, CB? All right, Joycey. Oh, yes, it's looking good. Exactly what I wanted. coming. Uh-oh. Hey, Janet. Oh, I have Father Brown to catch up on. I forgot. I only watched 2 episodes, so I've got 3 plus today's to catch up on. Oh gosh, almost forgot. I really don't want to. I know it's the way the stencil's created, but I really don't want to leave these spots empty. It doesn't make sense for it in wallpaper. Okay, all right. Oh. All right. That's pretty good. So all I have to do is my stenciling that I want on the window. And I'm going to do it in white. So I need a new... I've got stamps up there that I need for the baby. It's cold outside. All right, so let's do some white. So I'm hoping this will look like I want it to look like. What I'm hoping for is a frosty window look. Got it a little too thick in a cup. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Baby wipe time. Should come off because there's acrylic paint underneath it. A little overzealous in a couple spots, so I'm just going to wipe off the back of the... All right, where did my... Okay, who saw where I laid down my white? Oh, there it is. I like this streak right here. It's kind of the perfect shape that I want. I want it to be translucent because frost is translucent. And I'm going to turn it around this way. Put it up here so it's not exactly the same. Oh, okay. Where did that baby wipe go? There it is. Yeah, I know, right? This is the window, Lena, with frosty frost on it. Because, baby, it's cold outside. All right, that's pretty good for that. But then I need to take, I may have to use my fingers of this next part, which I'm not going to like, but. It's always at the corners where your windows will collect a little frost or steam where those joins are. Oh my gosh, I'm almost at my 3 hours. I still have to put the letters on, but I'm almost ready to put the letters on. Just one more corner to fix here. There. I think I like that. All right. Now, get my letter stamps here. My art photo of the stamps so that I can stamp in acrylic. Oh, wait a minute. I thought this is the. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm going to mute you because I have to. I had to move my stamps. Be right back. I should put my sign up. One moment. Muting. Be right back. Okay, let's move that. Bye, Beth. I'm losing people. It's getting late. Okay, I just need to make sure this is dry so that I can... A couple of places a little thicker than others. Who thought it would take this long just to do a quick little journal page like this? Well, leave it to me to take forever. Okay. All right, so these are my art foamy stamps. And I'm going to need a... I got to wash that out. I'm going to need 2 paint colors. So I guess I'll use this one. So I'm going to need some blue and I'm going to need some... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Maybe I just need this. I've got 2 in here already. Those my alphabets? Yeah. Oh, I hope I have room. All right. I'm going to need the U. Don't need the H. Of course, all the ones that I'm picking up are the ones that I don't need. Oh, I need the L. Need the T. These might be too big. I'm gonna have to squish them in. I'm gonna have to put outside. I'm gonna have to divide up the word. There's the S. It's the I. There's the B. There's the B. B-A-B. There's the O. There's the Y. There's the D. Baby, it's cold. C-O-L-D. and then O-U-T, and then S-I-D-E. Okay, I've got all the letters I need. I guess I should have thought about, I thought these were smaller. Oh, maybe I have, I know, I'm not going to say this, but I bet I have smaller ones. I must have smaller ones because I know they weren't this big last. Yeah. But I am going to keep, I think I might keep, no, I'm not. I'm going to make them all the same. All right, now I need to search through another alphabet, guys. Sorry, I forgot I had a second alphabet because someone nice, can't remember who it was, sent me an alphabet set. Am I yelling? Oh, I don't know. Am I yelling? Did I yell, you guys? Sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. Did I yell? I was using my very loud teacher voice, I guess. All right. It's G, L, B, S, E, A, J, Z. That's the letters. Oh my Lord, I've got white paint. Oh, good thing I have my I'm looking for the Y. There's the U. There's the C. O. It's cold. So I need the D. O-U-T-S-I-T. So it's just the D I'm looking for. Just the D. There's the D. Oh, darn it. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the A? Hold on. That's my Y. I don't have my A. Ah! How did I miss the A? Because I thought I had the Y in the wrong, sitting in the wrong spot. I thought that's the Y. Ah, there's the A. All right. I'm trying to finish so you guys won't be falling asleep of boredom. This, of course, is the dark blue that I added a little white to get my medium tone there. Y. Sorry about that. Stuffed up sinuses. I have to see if they include a, oh, shoot. I may have to redo the I because, oh no, it's good. It's not there. It's, then the cold is going to be white. So I better do it white now because I need some of the letters for blue again. Bye, May. Thanks for coming. try this C again. There we go. That's better. So I need the O still. All right, I need to put out a little bit more white, just a smidge. A couple more letters. Little drop. Judy. Don't say that. O U T. Wonder if I can squeeze it in if I put it O-U-T-S-I-D. That's what I'm going to do, I think. There's the S. There it is. Okay. Actually, I think I need to put a little bit more blue out here too, because it's pretty dry now. What's left there? There's my blue. Brilliant blue. Oh, yeah, I'm just talking to myself. Okay. I'm talking to myself like I normally would if you guys weren't here, just so you know. At least I know I'm doing it and admit it. All right, where did the D go? Oh, I almost missed. Almost getting one of my letters back in this other bag here. Exclamation point, which is what I wanted. That that, and hopefully this is an apostrophe. Well, I can make it work as an apostrophe. Let's see if there's an apostrophe in here. I think it's just... Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, should go with the... Oh no, now I've got blue paint all over everything. One moment, please. I need baby wipe or I'm going to get it all over everything and I don't want to. Hold on. Okay, that goes with the... Oh, didn't even get it stamped in the right spot. Hold on. All right. One more thing I want to do. Thanks, Judy. Oh, that's brown. I don't want brown. I want black. There's my little black. Uh-oh. Where did he go? Uh-oh. What did I do with it? Must be on my desk still. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to go left and under for my shading. under, and left. Under, left. Does Eileen like corn dogs? Oh, yuck. Corn dogs. Yeesh. Hot dogs are bad now. Well, hot dogs over an open campfire, yes. All right, I'm going to do the rest of that offline. But then what I'm also going to do is on the blue letters, I need a fine tip. On the blue letters, I'm going to take white paint which I'm going to have to take some out. It's all dried up. Oh, no, I have enough just to show you guys what I'm going to do. On my blue letters, on the top, I'm going to make it look like there's like icicles or frosty or snow or something, whatever I can do. And then on the white ones, I'll do it in blue. So see, I'm just going to add this little accent to make it look like there's snow collecting on the letters. See what I'm going to do? And on the word cold, I'll do it in the blue accents. So that's the page. I'm going to finish these after I eat, I think. Oh, where did I lay down my glasses? There they are. So thank you everyone for coming to my stream today. I appreciate it. And back into art journaling. Uh-oh. Those are the ones I need to wash. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Trudy. Thanks, everyone.